I haven't. Well, I'm gonna see it now. I'm gonna experience it now. So let's see. I actually like not being able to strafe as much. Well,
You'll hear a lot about like outside talking. I was on Discord sadly, so that and it didn't capture my mic, so you can't hear what I say.
not to the
Yeah.
actual. Well, like the environment, or just a few changes. The sounds.
So we're basically just talking about the changes that we've experienced and what we've heard of, and so at this stage, there's actually quite a bit of changes that we've noticed, especially of the movement, especially items and such. One of the major changes I've noticed is that you know, staying
Shit.
healthy and all of that is actually a difference. I'm new to
Yeah,
Livonia
you're
on
one of
official
those.
servers, so I was roaming around quite a bit and kind of trying to learn the map. And thus far, I've learned it quite well, quite well. Not as well as Chinner's, but still. You'll see that
Watching that.
in this video, I'm basically just trying to navigate my way through. All overall, I've found that Livonia is quite a nice map. It is much smaller, I feel, than Chernarus. There's not a lot of places to do that, but it's like in the top parts of the town. There's a lot of like residential middle part of the town, a
Yeah.
lot of like abandoned places, and then much more south of the map. Much more military elements to it, and so yeah, I the fighting and all of that, I did not, the movement did not affect that very much. Um, I would, however, say that there's still a lot of improvements that can happen. You'll notice that the server might be a little bit buggy or laggy, not just because it's overseas server, but because
Sorry. Sorry, man.
it is a uh, it was the very initial release. It was like the evening when it got released. Luckily, I eventually found food even after Loki dying. Luckily, the sheep couldn't run away, but using the only item I have. And yeah, yeah. Even though the weather and elements are much more harsher on this map, I still found that this map is still
Get
very,
a picky
very
alpha.
fun, very fun in its own manner. Just gathering the materials just to start a fire. Notice that the car is drivable. You can see my hands are bloody because I um, opened basically harvested the sheep and I didn't have gloves on. I've also noticed that quite a bit in the north there's a lot of sheet metal, which is good for base building. And yeah, climbing the car, I could see that the water symbol is now there, reflecting that the water is there's no water in. There's also no radiator, so that makes sense.
Sorry, man. If you have
But in
rags and you make
condition
hand
overall,
wrapping,
we're
then
basically
you
not just
must have
talking
had some
about
good.
how to make hand wrapping, but you do require two. But I don't even have a. It won't cover. It won't solve the issue because I would still have blood on my hands underneath the thing. I experienced that the hard way. Luckily, I was able to you know um, able to eventually get my hands washed.
Oh,
Couldn't, yeah, can't eat yet because my hands are bloody. But I'm trying to look for a water source so I'm able to wash it.
well, the thing is, I'm not too worried about the tent. I'll come get it now. I'm mainly the it's mainly the tent that I actually want, so that's why I'm just putting it in a bush.
Gazid, the person I'm on with Discord, he basically just mentioned that yeah, he found a tent and he's like storing his loot in there, and he's not too worried
Start
about the
building.
loot
I'll think about
inside,
building.
but yeah, he's just storing it in a bush for now. Don't know what I was doing there, but I guess I was looking for food. But then I noticed I have food. I just need to wash my hands. For those that don't know, I'm trying to meet up with Gazid so we can jam together. after washing my hands, and I'm able to eat. Brilliant.
Yeah, logically. DayZ? We need to find out. But even, yeah. Uh, yeah, that's all good.
Finally getting to a water source. I was able to empty the jerry can and fill it up again with water. Roaming around and just checking out
I
what I
just
can loot here. Oh yeah, because he was just making a joke if I rinsed a jerry can. But luckily with gasoline, that doesn't actually affect, especially if you don't if you empty it. Yeah, I was carrying a sea chest just to stash it somewhere, and I actually noticed that there's dead zombies. I don't know how I didn't realize it earlier, but um, yeah. And I was a little bit skeptic, looking around, seeing for any human intervention, if I can say it like that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I basically saw a player, and I started interacting with them, speaking with them a little bit, just being friendly newbies.
I just logged in. The medical building. 2 dead guys in the medical.
Yeah, I was basically just saying there's 2 dead guys in the medical building, because I mentioned there was interaction with the zombies, and then we both heard gunshots, as you would hear.
Alright, buddy. Good luck, man.
Curious about the gunshots, but I've decided that I'm gonna rather ignore the gunshots for now, and rather just go to not just see if I can't gather any loot from the rest of the newbies that was shot. Bodies. I looked around but didn't find really any loot. Eventually decided, okay, I'm just gonna go off away from the gunshots. Luckily I found a receiver. Of course the town is going to be very busy, and I found a receiver which is very beneficial. It actually works very well if you have a receiver and a map. You can find out your exact location and know where to go from there. Of course you would need to know the map, but yeah. Very glad about the bag, and yeah, and I was off. Looked around a little bit, looted a little bit, and then I was off on my way, trying to get to DayZ. I walked and I found this road where there was just a random chem light on, or yeah. Um, just decided I'm not gonna fall for that trap. It literally looks like a trap. One thing about Livonia, I love the nature element to it. Weather elements are quite harsh, but the beauty of it is really, really something to look forward to. This medical luckily actually had a few things, not too large. You could see somebody was through there not too long ago. And sadly, roughly around this stage, I basically decided that I'm quickly going to just see if the video did record my audio, which I then found it didn't, and I died. I came back to a person punching me in the face while I minimized. Yes, I should have logged off, I know, but I was killed. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoy it and watch the next episode.